For some of you, this means you're going to have to pronounce the benediction over some relationships and some friendships. This is where, y'all ready for this? I know it's going to mess some of y'all up. This is where you're going to have to raise your right hand and declare, may the Lord watch between me and thee. While we're, y'all ain't saying it here, while we're absent one from another. Sometimes you got to pronounce the benediction over some relationships, over some friendships. And I know you love them. I know you care about them. But this is not the season for you to be trying to make folk, y'all ain't saying it here, change. You got to work on yourself. And in this season, you need to separate yourself from some people because God wants to work on you. He's trying to get you to stretch. Give you some room to grow. So if you're going to be a plant, if you're going to become a real plant, if you're going to be the plant that God wants you to be, you're going to have some room. Can't have a whole lot of folk around you all the time. And for some of us, can I tell you the truth? For some of us, that's very difficult. Because some of us, especially me, we like people around us. We're people. Y'all ain't saying it. I love people. I love having people around me. I love entertaining. I love hosting people. That's in my nature. I love having people around me. So it's difficult when God gets us in those places where we got to be by ourselves and we complain and mumble and grumble because folk ain't called us and folk ain't checking on us. Well, guess what? That's all right because God got you in that place because He's trying to teach you something about yourself. And so stop complaining that God has you in this place by yourself and start thanking God that He's maturing you to be a better person than you were before. Tell somebody I need some room. Number three. Number three. If I'm going to be a good plant, I need time. Here's where we struggle. Here's where we struggle. We struggle because we want God to do everything right now. We live in an instantaneous society where everything is microwavable. Everything is instantaneous. We got to have the fastest cars and we got to get our food the fastest. We have fast food restaurants. We got to go through the drive-thru and the drive-thru is timed. If they don't give us our food in under a certain amount of time, there's a problem. And everything is on this time limit. Everything is on this time schedule. But I think I told you before that you cannot hurry God. And so if you're going to be the true plant that God wants you to be, and the plant is just another part of the process because you're moving on to become a tree and then eventually you're going to produce fruit. But if you rush this part of the process, you'll never make it to producing fruit. Somebody hear what I'm saying? Don't hurry God in the process. Ecclesiastes 3 says this to everything. There is a time and a season. Are y'all in here? Yeah, there's a time and a season for everything. And your season is going to come. Do not rush the process because you don't want to arrive before your season. Because if you're there, out of your season, that means you're out of the will of God. And none of us ever want to be out of the... There's nothing worse than being out of the will of God. There's nothing worse than being in a relationship or being in a friendship or being in a church or being on a job and you're out